Hello, my name is Nancy Young, and welcome to another episode of Your Voice Matters with Nancy Young, a program highlighting the positive voices within our local communities and how they're impacting and uplifting our world one person at a time. Now, before we get started, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Today, we'll be highlighting your voice through that of cultural awareness. Our guest today is from Tracy, California. Her name is Yolande Knight. Yolande is a mother of three, one Morehouse grad, one currently at Morehouse, and one at Lane College. She has been working as the clerk of the board for the East Bay Regional Park District for the past 28 years. She's also the youth department chair for People of Christ Missionary Baptist Church. For the past 2 years, she has served as the president of the Tracy African American Association. In addition to that, she also serves as a columnist for the Tracy Press, where she's written The Mother's Corner for more than 5 years now. At this time, help me welcome our guest, Miss Yolande Knight.
Thank you for having me. What a pleasure.
So you are the president, the current president of Tracy African American Association in your second year now. How long have you been a part of TAAA?
Oh man, I've been a part of Tracy African American Association since about 2013, 2014. Yeah, I started out just as a member, and then in 2015, 16, I was the Juneteenth chairperson. 17th and the 18th, I was the Juneteenth chairperson and the vice president, and I'm currently the president.
Wow, just kind of reeled you into responsibility. Yeah. That's what you get for stepping through the door saying I volunteer.
I know.
So tell me about TAAA, Tracy African American Association, also known as TAAA. So what is that all about?
Well, actually, what drew me to that was the fact that it's about the mission is about young people, making sure that our legacy continues. But I really wanted just to read you exactly what the mission is. It's a nonprofit. It's a nonprofit organization established in 1994 by a group of concerned professionals seeking to form ties among African Americans and other members of the Tracy community. Its mission is to create a cooperative environment that unites people of all ages and backgrounds through sponsorships, while promoting and contributing to educational, cultural, and social programs and activities that foster awareness, diversity, and a cooperative environment that unites the entire Tracy community. Membership is open to all individuals who share and embrace our vision. And that's what we're about.
Okay, and it's open to everyone who embraces.
Yes, we have a diverse group of members from all walks of society in the community. We have young people, and then we have dignitaries, and we have local community leaders, and the average Joe Blow like me.
Well, you're not just average. So, as far as the different activities that Tracy African American Association has is geared more to young people. As you said, you were drawn in because of the youth focus. And so one of the main events will be coming up this month that Tracy African American Association celebrates for the 25th year, and that is Juneteenth. So tell us about Juneteenth. What is Juneteenth itself, first of all?
Juneteenth is a celebration of the anniversary of the date on which the Black slaves in Galveston, Texas learned the Civil War had ended and they were free. And the actual date is June 19th, 1865. So it's celebrated every year, even though the date that its celebration is 2.5 years after the president signed the Emancipation Proclamation, which was January 1st, 1863, President Lincoln. So it's just when the Black people in that town in Texas heard about it, they were so excited, that they wanted to celebrate it. And in their terms, they broke out in jubilation and song and dance and food, of course. And so since that time, the slave descendants throughout the United States have carried on this celebratory tradition. and we celebrate it every year. And just by way of clarification, we already had our 25th year, so now we're into our 26th year, which would be this year.
Okay.
Yeah. And so typically what we would do is we have the event at the park, at Lincoln Park. We invite vendors. We have entertainers, both in the secular and the non. We have praise dancers. We have young people participating in all kinds of poetry, dancing. We have a kids zone. We have a health area. So it's just pretty much an all-day event where people just kind of lay around, enjoy the music, learn something. And then the coup de grace is actually when we give away the scholarship. So we have our scholarship ceremony at that time where we have local officials and, of course, the graduating seniors that receive scholarship are awarded their scholarship.
So this year is a little bit different. So we look at two different things, the event itself as well as the scholarships for the young people. Because even though in this COVID environment, school ended abruptly, there were virtual graduations, all kind of things going on to be able to celebrate these seniors. There are still seniors that will be receiving scholarships as well. But what about the event? Because the event, had it been held in Tracy, would have been coming up weekend. So
Yes.
because of COVID, there's not going to be a big community celebration. But is there anything that maybe TAAA or that you could suggest for those to be able to celebrate in their own way to commemorate time?
Well, actually, what we're doing this year, our activities chair, Michelle Neverson, and her committee decided, hey, let's still celebrate with our children virtually like everyone else is on Zoom. So what we decided to do is to have an education and health conference, and it's going to be July the 18th, which is a Saturday. It's currently scheduled from 4 to about 7 p.m. And it's going to be a celebratory event, and it's going to be where we are pretty much going to do the same thing in terms of honoring our youth by having dignitaries appear and actually bestow the scholarships to the young people. And we currently have we're going to have someone talk about the Black student unions here in Tracy that make up the local high schools. We're going to have someone talk about Black history in America. There will be a healthcare component. We're going to have someone hopefully from one of the primary healthcare agencies appear and talk about COVID and talk about the health and of the African American community. And then we're going to do the scholarship awards. We are offering our sponsors an opportunity to participate, and any in the community that would like to join in during this our first virtual Juneteenth celebration. We also plan to have some entertainment, maybe some poetry, maybe some singing, maybe some dancing. Some of those things are still having to be tweaked. And so we're really looking forward to that. So that date is July the 18th, which is Saturday. If you're interested, feel free to send me an email at president@tAAA.net, and we will make sure that you get the Zoom link. And if you're interested in partnering, or if you had something you wanted to advertise, you can also do that. So we're looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a wonderful event, and a little bit late because of Juneteenth, but we're still going to honor our children.
Okay, so is there any information on the main website, which would be TAAA.net?
That will be up as soon as we firm up. We're trying to firm up the one speaker, and once that happens, hopefully in the next week, we should have it up on the website, and it will be on our Facebook page.
Okay, so otherwise they can email you and you can get them the information and make sure they have the Zoom link to be able to participate. So I do have a note here. It says, join us as we acknowledge and celebrate our youth through educational scholarships and provide updates on COVID-19 and how it affects the African American community. So it's really important to know that there are different niches. There are different things. All of us are affected on one level or another, but we want to make sure that we're taking care of our health, and that's one of the things, the health and education, because some people are not exercising, or people are under eating or people overeating, whatever the various things. But you want to give some information on that. And so also, this was not originally on our original agenda, but just thinking about the climate of things going on in our community right now, just not only the COVID, but the Black Lives Matter. And so maybe just as an individual, not necessarily as TAAA, but still, others within the community look to that organization or to representatives to, give some kind of direction or encouragement. So do you have anything to share regarding all the different events? And Tracy, they seem to have been very peaceful. And I know I was at a couple of events and I saw you, and I know you went to another one that I wasn't at as well.
Yeah, I went to the first one that was held. I think that was, I don't know if that was sponsored by the Black Student Unions or not. That was, I think that was on a Sunday. I don't remember the date. And I saw you there. And the next event, and we were invited as an organization, Tracy African American Association. The next one that we were invited to was the candlelight vigil that was it was this week or last week.
Last Friday.
Friday night. And I spoke about the impact of what the pandemic is doing, not only into our health, but to our culture, and how important it is for us to stand up as African Americans and be represented. I spoke to the fear that so many mothers, Black mothers, feel when their children, young boys in particular, leave the home, and how there's a constant feeling of angst that runs through our collective bodies until we see them again. I spoke of the pain. I spoke of the fact that there might be a light at the end of this tunnel if we stay committed. And I spoke from the heart, about what it feels like to become empowered, and how important it is for us as people of color to understand that nothing gets changed until we change it. So we have to stay the course. And I believe there's a couple of more events that are going to happen around Tracy, Lathrop, and Manteca. I think it was some kind of San Joaquin Valley organization that's doing it. And so you may have, I don't know if you're going to be going to, I think there's one coming up, a couple more coming up. So that's what I did. And I took my daughter with me, and she spoke at the first event, and I was somewhat taken aback because she had some strong feelings about what's going on also. And it was nice to see that level of commitment permeate through the youth, because that's really what it's going to take to change the world.
Absolutely. We have to pass on. We have to pass on the passion too, to be able to stand up. And as was already noted, you have 2 sons and a daughter, and they're all grown. So in addition to that, you being a columnist for a number of years, more than 5 years now, for the Tracy Press, writing A Mother's Corner. So I know it's dear to your heart, the heart of a mother who have adult sons, and for them to be in the South, Atlanta area, you're concerned. Do you have a concern, or is it just something that's just part of life that you've always had to kind of like train them and tell them how to be a Black man?
Well, just like you, we've had to train them from when they're young, they're little, train them, to kind of always have their head on a swivel, and to be polite when someone steps up to them, to, of course, do the yes or no, sir, and all of that. And the thing for me, and perhaps for you, is that growing up in the Bay Area in California is so different than growing up in the South. And so when my sons actually experienced racism, it was in the South, and they weren't quite ready for it. they didn't think it was real. They called me and they were like, what's this? This person said this. Why would they say that? And I'm like, okay, I don't think I did a real good job. You are in the South. It's totally different. So that, even with my daughter, that's a big difference, because the people in California, quite frankly, or in where we live now, the children don't seem to see color, which is a good thing. But now I still make sure that I talk to them. If not vocally, I text them every day and I get a response. Just to tell them, wash your hands, have your mask on, you know, try not to go out at night if you don't have to, take care of your business, because they're in their 20s and they're in that vulnerable age, so yeah.
It's kind of like on the job training. It's on the job learning, on the life learning. There's only so much we can train until they actually get out into the deep end.
Right.
The deep end.
Right.
So for Tracy African American Association, I know that the organization is there for, everyone. So I just wanted to actually end on this note. How can people get involved with TAAA? How would you encourage them? I know right now a lot of things are virtual, but there's a lot
Yes.
going on.
There is. I'm looking for this Sunday between 4 and 7. We're having a virtual fundraiser, and I'm actually looking for that. That is on our Facebook page and it's on our website. If you scroll down on the left side, you will see it. And we are going to be auctioning off gift baskets, gift cards, I think jewelry, maybe some adult beverages, cookies, gift. It's going to be a lot of different things, and we're basically Michelle Neverson, the activities chair, is going to be the auctioneer, and so there is a Zoom link that's in the ad. And all you need to do, not the ad, in the advertisement that's on the Facebook page, all you would need to do is click on that link or type it in, and then you will immediately get into the auction. This is our second one. So, and it was actually fun last time. So we're just trying to raise whatever we can raise to maintain our scholarship. And other than that, we meet once a month and we do that virtually. That's also on our website. Anyone can enter. So feel free to come to the meetings that way. We have events throughout the year. We make sure that we take care of our younger children by doing a back to school supply drive. We have Thanksgiving basket drive. Last year we had our inaugural holiday dinner. We're probably not going to be able to do that this year, but hopefully the year after that. So there's something always going on in TAAA, and there's a group of committed workers, and I would just look forward to anyone that would be interested in joining us to come on board. And I thank you for the time.
Thank you so much for taking the time with me and for your insights that you shared and the information, so our community can be aware of TAAA and all that it has to offer. And thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
Again, thank you to Yolande for joining us today and sharing how your voice matters and how TAAA is making a difference in the city of Tracy. And if you'd like more information about how to contact TAAA, please see the information on the screen below. And if you've enjoyed this programming, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you again for joining us for another episode of Your Voice Matters with Nancy Young. And until next time, remember, your voice matters. If you have something positive to share and you would like your voice to be highlighted on Your Voice Matters with Nancy Young, please contact me at yvmwithnancy@gmail.com. And if you've enjoyed this programming, please hit the subscribe button right now. Thank you.